Munchlax!
Happy holidays, YouTube. You're chilling with Trainer Zabza, and today I've got an X and Y OU battle for you. Looking at my opponent's team, threats pretty much everywhere. I mean, you've got Gyarados, which is the potential Mega. I mean, I don't really see anything else that could be Mega. I'm gonna assume standard Rotom-Wash. I mean, it might not be, but that's really all I've been seeing nowadays. Mamoswine, which can set up hazards, which I have no spinner or departer on this team, so I really can't do anything about it. And finally, I'd have to say probably Hydreigon, considering it can be Scarfed, it can be Choice Specs. Either way, it's going to hit like a truck, and it's going to hurt. So enough with that, let's get to it. Today's battle is against Pokemon Alec, who we've set up this battle through Skype, and just before we get into the battle, I want to let you guys know that the audio might be a little off. That's because I'm recording kind of late at night, and there are people trying to sleep, so I'm hoping that doesn't affect the quality too much. So first turn, he's going to send out his Mamoswine, set up the rocks as I go in with my Talonflame, and not wanting to take the Stealth Rock, or not Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, I U-turn out into my Kangaskhan, go for the Fake Out just to get some residual damage to a point where a Power-Up Punch will knock it out. However, I'm thinking that, I realize that he probably has Ice Shard, and Kangaskhan isn't going to appreciate the additional damage, so I just decide to opt out for the Sucker Punch. And here comes the Hydreigon. He goes for the Draco Meteor, and the way he brought it in, I'm pretty sure it was Scarf, so I bring in my Florges to take the hit, which is immune, as he brings in his Rotom, and, you know, Rotom's got nothing on Florges. I'm gonna go for these Moonblasts, Wish, Stall, Shenanigans, not really Stall, because I'm not like trying to Toxic Stall or anything, I'm just getting recovery while I do damage. And he comes into his Reuniclus and starts setting up Calm Minds as I try and get off a little bit more damage with Moonblast. And I see that he's probably going to keep setting them up, so I go into my Kangaskhan to try and knock it out as he goes for another Calm Mind. And I'm going to try and knock him out with a couple hits of Fake Out and probably Return, but I realize that he knows that this is a threat, so instead, I go ahead and opt out of Return the stab move and go with Sucker Punch, considering it'll do just a little bit more damage, which is kind of risky if you wanted to go for another Calm Mind. And look at that, Kangaskhan eating up that Side Shock. What is it at? +2 now? Jeez, no wonder it's got banned. I didn't have a hard time trying to replace it on the team, but it's just not the same. So he brings in Hydreigon, which I'm almost positive is Scarfed now. And going on my floor just as he goes for the Flamethrower, and it does nothing. Which means I'm going to be free to set up some Wish Pass shenanigans. However, he brings in his Rotom, and knowing that I can pretty much tank anything this Rotom wants to do to me, I can just do whatever I want to it. I mean, really, this is a great check to Rotom. I can't say counter because it does have a hard time with it. Like, it'll pretty much always come out on top, but it's either a hard check or a light counter. That's how I'd best describe it. Anyway, you know, Will-O-Wisp, Moonblast, Recover Shenanigans, he keeps trying to do damage with Hydro Pump, but it's just not working out for him. And I'm getting these special attack drops with my Florges, which are great, considering that it's not going to be able to do much damage. And he reveals the Resto Chesto, which I knew. I mean, that's really what most Rotom-Washes run nowadays. And I really hate how standard Rotom-Wash is. I mean, that's the thing, it's not a broken Pokemon, but it's just so good, why wouldn't you use it? And me being the NU guy, I don't really like it. So he goes into his Long John, his Gyarados, as I go for the Moonblast, and it takes it pretty well. He goes for the DD, and this was my mistake. I thought he was going to Mega Evolve, but thinking back on it, why would he Mega Evolve considering I have Moonblast? So I leave in my Florges just as fodder, and Mold Breaker's going to happen, but it doesn't matter. Waterfall completely destroys Florges. So I'm going to bring in my Kangaskhan now to revenge with some Fake Outs, and Kangaskhan can't switch out anymore. Stealth Rock's damage is going to knock it out on the next switch in, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I do get a crit, which is a nice little bonus, considering Kangaskhan's about to go down. And get off a Sucker Punch just to get off some more damage. And go into my Talonflame, which is, I'm almost positive is going to be able to take this Flamethrower, considering it's non-stab. And I'm going to be able to Roost Off, and he brings in his Gyarados as Death Fodder. I go for the priority Brave Bird, knock him out, and there goes Gyarados. So Talonflame, even with Rocks up, doing some work here. and he's going to bring in his Rotom, which is not great. So I'm going to hard switch out into my Aegislash, considering I don't think I can take the recoil on my... With the rocks up, I can't take my Life Orb recoil. Which I really should have just gone for the U-turn. I mean, I know the recoil would have been bad, but I think the damage might have been worth it, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. So I go for the Sacred Sword as he burns me, and even for a burn, you know, that does a pretty good amount. And I'm going to be able to keep going for these Sacred Swords and just keep racking up some damage. However, he's going to Volt Switch into his Honchkrow, and the Sacred Sword, like I said, I'm going to rack off some damage, and it's going to do an okay amount, not great. And Honchkrows are pretty slow, I guess, but my Aegislash being Brave Nature is even slower. So I'm going to go for Hidden Power, and this, well, it's Hidden Power Ice, and it's not going to be able to do jack, so that's unfortunate. But, you know, I'm pretty much on a downhill slope now. So I'm going to try and salvage the game, going to bring in my Greninja, go for the Ice Beam, and definitely going to knock out his Honchkrow. And here comes the Hydreigon. I really don't have anything to go into. I go in my Tyrantrum as he goes for the Draco, and I didn't have a choice here, because everything that's left on his team, Tyrantrum was the most expendable. So I'm sorry, Tyrantrum, I knew that you didn't want to go down like that, but that's all I could do. So after the -2, I'm going to go in my Talonflame, go for the Roost, and I'm going to be able to take this Draco just barely. Well, not just barely, I mean, it's a small amount of HP to spare. And I'm going to be able to Roost up. And I kind of make a not bad prediction. I like bank on his Rotom either go. I banked on his Rotom going for Hydro Pump, but he goes for Volt Switch, and that really cost me. I mean, I could have Roosted, but I thought he might Hydro Pump or Volt Switch. I mean, Volt Switch was the better option, but I couldn't risk the Hydro Pump, and I'm gonna lose this battle, but you know what? I'm taking this Hydreigon down with me, you pain in the ass. You've been a thorn on my side the whole battle, and you're coming with me. So, GG, Alec. That was, you know, pretty fun. So, on to the talk of the day. Today's talk of the day, what do you guys want for Christmas? Pretty simple question. What I want for Christmas? I do kind of want, this may sound stupid, but I do kind of want some money to come in from Christmas so I can pay for my cat's medical fees, but, you know, that's just a personal thing. If I had to really choose what I want for Christmas, I'd say probably the HD remake of Final Fantasy X that's coming out for the PS3. Realistically, that's probably what I would want. So that's it for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed that video, and I will see you next time. Be sure to check out the artists that make these videos possible, guys. Also, like and subscribe if you happen to like the video. Or if you'd like some help recording your X and Y battles, shoot me a PM on YouTube or Skype, and I'll get back to you.